For this feature match, we have Blue Eyes versus Blackwings. Now, these are some of the new cards featured in an upcoming Duelist pack, so this is going to be pretty exciting. I can tell you something about this matchup already, is that Full Armor Master is not exactly the most ideal card versus Blue Eyes. The one weakness of Full Armor Master is that he isn't exactly able to handle 3K beatsticks very well. Now, I'm not sure, I actually did not pay attention to who won the die roll here. I think Cole won. Hey, let me go first. I've normal summon out a Vayu, and Vayu being level 1 gives me access to a Linkuriboh. Now on our left we have our local Kaiba. From Kaiba Corp we have Cole Ian Torno, and on the right we have Tombox of MST.TV. Okay, so starting off with the Vayu. Vayu into a Linkuriboh. Vayu in the graveyard will eventually set me up for some big synchro plays, perhaps. Ash Blossom Soul Charge. You know, it's actually not too bad. I kept the Link spam with the Soul Charge. This is a combo deck after all. But one problem with the Blackwing deck is that the consistency is really hindered by the amount of combo extenders you need. So perhaps I think you should probably play a bit more controlly. When he played his copy of the yeah, that was it. I forgot what was the search card called for just now. Just kind of blanked out right now. But of course, the search card, the Melody of Awakening Dragons, has been ashed. So that's a good start for me. I'm not getting screwed over by letting him achieve Blue Eyes freedom. So normal summon out Gale. Gale can half. But here's the problem. If I swing into that Maiden, Maiden is automatically going to summon out Blue Eyes. And I don't want that because I can't exactly handle it. I do apologize for the slight glare near the graveyard. It's a graveyard. There is an Ash and there is a Vayu. I'll try to keep you guys up to date on this, and I also need to keep track of life. So no life change so far, just kind of a bit of an opening turn. I'm still trying to learn how to play Blackwings. It's been forever since I played Blackwings. The last time I played Blackwings was way back in, like, I don't even remember. I think it was during the X-Saber times. Okay, well, this match is supposed to be 40 minutes. We have a timer running. We did give ourselves a slight time extension since it's just we had to look up certain rules on various things because we are playing with proxies. So of course, these are readable proxies, and things just aren't looking too good on my side. Just open a bunch of weenies, and that's not exactly what you want to see when you're playing Blackwings. You want to open big beatsticks. Okay, so special summon out Boras because I do have another Blackwing on the field. I can special summon him out, not once per turn. It's very much free. Going to perform a synchro summon. I think I'm just gonna go with the beatstick. Now, I am gonna summon out Chidori, the Rain Sparkling. So this guy gains 300 attack for every Blackwing in my graveyard. And when he is destroyed, I believe, and sent to the graveyard, I get to special summon out a Blackwing Synchro or a Wing Beast Synchro monster from my graveyard onto the field, which is pretty neat. Good recovery, but I don't have anything to recover with just now. Now, why did I make this? Is because I can attack him with a Linkuriboh. Hold on, he wants to get out of Blue Eyes. I have an Ash. This is not a damage step card. You do negate the attack after all. I can Ash that so you don't get the position change. And we are going to proceed with the battle. The battle goes through me. He takes 300 damage. And then we're going to swing for, I believe he's 26 by base, so gaining 900, he takes another 35. That's pretty good. So this is how I'm going to beatstick him down. I'm not even going into anything new because, like, I didn't open too well. I do have a Soul Charge. I can bring a ton of cards back. And I'm trying to save up for it. Because if I Soul Charge with the Gale and the copy of what's the synchro, level 7 synchro, I can make the Full Armor Master. Full Armor Master is pretty easy to make. You just need a Blackwing tuner, and then the rest of it can be whatever they want. Oh boy, now Cole is going in. He's got an egg into a Blue Eyes. I'm just gonna call them eggs. The Whitestone Legends, the Whitestone Ancients, same thing. They're Blue Eyes eggs. Trade-in. He's doing a trade-in play. He's trying to get rid of cards. Not ideal. He drew into an alternative white dragon, except the alternative white just doesn't help out. He has to trade in again. He's gonna toss it in there. Oh, drew into some pretty amazing cards. He drew into a Dragon and Return of the Dragon Lords. Return target. I don't have any way to answer the target, so I believe he's going to... looking at his hand, I don't think he has anything. No, he's gonna go with the blue eyes. He's gonna return the blue eyes. Okay. So he's got the beat stick, but I am just slightly... Oh my god, that is not what I want to see. So he uses the toughest, Invincible, the Unbeatable. So what does that do to a blue eyes? Well, basically, it is not destroyable by battle. It cannot be affected by card effects. And if it battles anything, the other thing is destroyed at the end of the damage step. So that's a ton of cards. So yeah, this is where we kind of needed to look some stuff up. He gave me the ruling there, and I'm like, oh my god, the card text, this thing is really annoying. And one additional thing why this trap card is amazing in Blue Eyes is that if you summon a Blue Eyes, it sets itself back from the graveyard. Of course, it does get banished later on, but this makes it really, really difficult to play against. So that means Link Karibo does not affect it. He's punching it, and he takes the damage. So you still take damage from it, but you are invincible after all. And so he didn't need to burn his Return of the Dragon Lords. And because of that card, Return of the Dragon Lords is so much stickier in the graveyard. He can use it whenever he needs to, rather than being forced into it. Being able to protect your cards completely. Soul Charge. Now I have a ton of cards to Soul Charge. This is going to be great for me because I have a lot of cards. Do I want that value too? Do I want to push forward? This is going to cost me quite a bit of life points. The one issue is that if you open with a handful of tuners, you can't do anything. And oh, just a note, I am not running Crystal Needle Fiber in my build because it's not confirmed for TCG. We're trying to keep it as TCG as possible, usually, so it's a bit easier to feature. So we have our level 7 Synchro Monster. We have our dudes here. Okay. We're just gonna go with 4. I'm gonna get the additional card. I am gonna go with 5, and I think I'm gonna rearrange the position. There we go. And I see what I just did there. I put the Ash into the extra deck, which is very silly. It's okay. I don't need to attack. Gale's effect half. I don't think I'm gonna access that Ash anyway in the meantime. That is a slight mistake on my part. The Ash is now in the extra deck. Oh my god, so silly, Tombox. I thought that was the graveyard, but I kind of just stacked it together. But hopefully it doesn't affect the game. Now that I see it now, I realize where that Ash came from. I'm looking at like, what is Ash doing here? Luckily the camera can catch everything. We'll just leave it at that. Lucky for me, I am still running like a 40... I think I'm running a 42 card deck right now. Okay, I'm gonna synchro off. Am I synchroing off? Yes, I am synchroing. Another level 7. This time it is Raikiri. Raikiri can target up to the number of other Blackwing monsters I control. And then pop them. I get to pop 2 cards, which is, oh my god, that's huge. That puts him in a top decking situation. So his monster is right now protected. I can't attack because I did use Soul Charge. I am at 3k right now. I can link them off. I need to get rid of it. So I'm going with the Unicorn effect. Toss it. Toss the Solemn Strike. Put him back in. Synchro off the Gale. And putting out the Arm Master. Tombox, what are you doing? Why are you just leaving the Ash there? Well, I can tell you why I left the ash in there. It's because it is now 1:30 a.m. and I'm just super tired. I'm like, where did this come from? I'm just gonna keep playing. Trust me, I've lost so many games at this point. Okay, so he's gonna start off with a summon out of a Sage. And because he activates the effect, he's gonna gain a wedge counter. There's gonna be a lot of counter counting for this one. This is a bit of an exhibition match. Let's hope that things do turn out a little bit better. Okay, we're gonna see an effect Veiler added to hand. I don't negate anything, I just get to steal cards. That's about it. Oh, he's gonna activate Master's effect? Oh, that is actually pretty smart. He targets him. Oh my god, he gets to bring out 2 cards, I believe. Nope, nope, just 1. That's not a maiden. Luckily, it's not a maiden. Okay, so he's gonna bring back Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh, never mind. Blue Eyes got shuffled back in by Unicorn, so he's gonna bring out the Dragon Spirit of White. He's not activating any effects because there's nothing to actually banish, but if he does activate effects, he has to be really mindful of that. But he's gonna go ahead and attack that Nightmare Unicorn. And I do take some damage right there. Nightmare Unicorn is, the difference is about 300. So, life point wise, we're both cutting it pretty close. I can beat over that dragon. I keep on forgetting these names. Dragon Spirit of White. So I'm going to attack for 500. Didn't activate an effect, so I can't steal it. The problem is, if you activate effects, you're running the chance of me using the effect to just take your monster. And one really awesome thing about... oh my god, he brings out a Blue Eyes. And here's the part where things start to go south. Blue Eyes effect of the toughest, Invincible, Unbeatable. It gets set onto the field. He can actually hold back and not crash the Blue Eyes because he doesn't need to worry about it. And he's just going to hit the face down. The face down is a Steam. Steam brings out a token. That's kind of good, but I don't have an answer for that Blue Eyes unless I just crash my monster. I am considering crashing that monster, but well, now it's not crashable. That's difficult to deal with now. This is the problem. In my extra deck, I am not running a level 8 Blackwing monster for the value. I'm only running 6s, 7s. Yes, just 6s and 7s. Now, I just stopped taking a Monster Reborn. I'm checking out his graveyard. I'm like wondering if I can actually do anything to actually break him. Because the moment he activated his trap card, he is invincible. My monsters will die. And since my Blackwing is not immune to battle, I can't crash it. And that is the big problem. Due to the fact that also the Blue Eyes is a normal monster, it's pretty hard to actually put a wedge counter on it without relying on Auster. I am so blocked out. Activate Steam. I think I'm going to eat up that. Summon itself out. Oh, what am I doing? I summoned himself out. Okay, so that's good. He doesn't exactly have much to respawn with. I'm gonna activate Monster Reborn, targeting probably Boar. I could technically put up 2 of the Armor Masters, but it doesn't seem like I'm going in that direction. Oh, he's just gonna chain it right away to keep it protected. So whenever you see that counter on the field, it just means that it is protected. Okay, so we're gonna synchro into a 7. Oh, one thing to note, I am actually not running Black Rose, and therefore, let's just keep in mind that I should care about the Black Rose, because Steam onto the graveyard again. I got another token. Effective armor, whatever his name is. Tamer Hawkjoe. Summon out the, what's his face? Raikiri? No, this is Chidori. Chidori has 5 monsters in there, so that is a 4K beat stick right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, 41. 41 beat stick. Oh my god, he just drew into a Raigeki. Oh, that really sucks. So just when I thought I could actually out that Blue Eyes, he top decks a Raigeki to take my out away. And the reason why is that he just so happens to have like bought that extra turn with the trap card. But effect of my other guy, of the Chidori will bring out Raikiri. Unfortunately, it's his turn, so he gets a crash kill, and there goes my monster. No damage there. Drew into a Lure of Darkness. We're having a bit of a top deck battle now. A Lure of Darkness. Oh my god, that is not very good. I drew into a Simoom and also in the second copy of Steam. Trust me guys, don't run the second copy of Steam until Christian Needle Fiber comes out. Because the best way of summoning out is summon Sork, and yeah, it's pretty costly to summon her out right now. So I banished the Simoom because I have a monster on the field, but perhaps that was actually a mistake. I should have kept the Simoom because it actually gives me better follow-up. I set a card and I'm probably going to pass. I can crash onto that Blue Eyes, but the thing about what I know in Cole's Blue Eyes deck, he's running a ton of revival cards with Soul Charge. He also has Monster Reborn, more revival of the, I guess the Return of the Dragon Lords. Every card counts, and he can just top deck an easy card. Oh my god, he top decked into a tuner that gives him access to something pretty nasty. Yeah, Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. Blue Eye Spirit Dragon's 3k defense matters a lot, but I believe he is not using the effect, so it's all good. During the end phase, the Whitestone Ancients is going to summon out a Blue Eyes White Dragon. He's making the smart choice by always summoning the big Blue Eyes, the vanilla beat stick, because that is what Blackwings have problems against, is that beat stick. I can't run over the dragon, the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, nor can I run over the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Pass turn, set 1 pass turn. Am I running Icarus Attack? If that's what you guys are wondering, I don't think I'm using Icarus Attack in this deck. I probably should, and perhaps I should be using Black Sonic to actually deal with this matchup. Okay, we are seeing... Oh. So he's trying to add back that Dragon Spirit of White. I'm currently reading a trade-in. Why else would you add that card? You have alternative in there. Why are you adding this card instead? That's an easy read. It's definitely going to be a trade-in, so I am going to chain Call by the Grave and banish it. So that takes that out of the way. I believe he has a trade-in in hand, but he gets the easy swing. He's surviving the top deck battle, which is pretty insane. Now, in terms of the interaction with the Azure Eye Silver Dragon, if you tag into that and then activates the effect to protect the board, it does gain a wedge counter, but since he gains the wedge counter, he's protected from the destruction at the end phase. This is not good. Orochi, you're pretty useless right now. Now he's choosing not to activate any of the effects, and without a wedge counter, it's not exactly the best monster. It's just that every single monster is so damn big. Armor Master's feeling a little small now. And I birthed quite a bit of my extra deck. It's past turn. I think the better move would have been to actually summon out the Orochi so I have access to the Linkuriboh. But then again, Linkuriboh is 90% of the time going to be negated by... oh, here we go. End phase, he decides to tag into the Azurai Silver Dragon. He gains a wedge counter because he activates the effect to protect. But then, because he activated the effect to protect, I can't destroy him anymore. During the end phase, anything with a wedge counter, I can just choose to destroy them all. And he brings out another Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is absolutely devastating. Now he has enough B6 to actually just take me out. I believe he drew into another Dragon Lord. Oh wait. No, don't do me like this. No. Okay, so he's got a ton of B6. Well, I survived this on the other hand. That's on a different note. He does have another Return of the Dragon Lords. That's over 9,000 damage right there. Oh my goodness. So he's gonna crash it out, which is pretty smart. Now he's gonna attack. Okay, he's now with just Steam. Steam token. Oh my god, survived. Just barely. It doesn't make a difference if I summon out the Linkuriboh or not. Oh my god, he uses Revival of the Dragon Lords. Return of the Dragon Lords, and now I am top decking, and I drew into a Kalut. Kalut's not going to help out the situation. This is basically game one. There's no way to actually recover out of this one. At least I didn't take damage at last turn, but I guess it doesn't exactly matter. The phase now is soon entering Scoop phase. Looking at a graveyard, the only thing I could bring out is a Linkuriboh, and aside from Linkuriboh, there is no other play. It's about time to give up. Because Kalut and an Orochi just not enough damage. Yep, scoop it up, Tombox. So, we go into game two. Game two. What do I know? Now I'm technically running a 41 card deck. Why? Because that Ash Blossom is still in the extra deck. And that's actually bad for me. Because I need Ash to actually play against that deck. Those searches hurt. No, opening with a Black Whirlwind. That's not bad. Normal summon out Chris. Chris is a 19 beat stick where you can only special summon him out once per turn from your hand. Seeing that I have Ash and I have a trap card, that actually is a pretty decent thing to have. I'm contemplating adding Simoon to my hand because if he clears out my Chris, I can get a double Whirlwind play. Of course, I'm expecting that the first Whirlwind is not going to live because if the first Whirlwind gets hit by Dragon Spirit of White, then it's going to be GG for the first one. Oh my god. I don't think he opened very well on this one. It's old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Once again. Set to pass. Yeah. Oh, I drew into another Ash. So basically I drew onto all my Ashes already. The Oster's still here. I don't exactly have anything to summon. It's a bit of a waste if I summon anything. My set card's not doing anything, so I'm going to go ahead and just swing. And it's a Master. Master doesn't have a high defense, so it's just gonna die right there. He's going to summon out his Sage. With the extra Ash, I think this is the right call based off of his last turn. His last turn didn't do very much, and therefore ashing his Sage is perhaps the right move. Normally you should save that for a Melody of the Awakening Dragon, because that is usually much more painful. I'm drawing into a Monster Reborn, not exactly helping out my situation. I need more dark monsters. So I guess I just have no choice but to swing. And that is going to be 1900. We pass turn, normal summon out the another Chris. At this point, I can just add a Bora. Yep, add Bora. Bora can special summon out and just do a massive punch, and that's gonna be very painful. So it's gonna be 17, 19, and 19. That's another 38. Wow, that's brutal. Putting him down to 600. Now this is the point where you just overlay for Cowboy for game, but the extra deck of Blackwings is super tight. And there is technically a Cowboy in the deck. It's called, yeah, why's my Ash still there? I'm just so tired. Silly Tom. Hopefully it doesn't influence the game. So I'm going to go into Apprentice Witchling, which is the Dark Link monster requiring 2 darks. Very much just Mrs. Radiant. All of the light monsters on Cold side now lose 400 attack, so that's something we have to keep. Oh my god, Raigeki comes in clutch every time. Here's a scrub move by Tombox. Slight misplay right here. The Chris does not have an optional effect to actually protect itself. It's actually mandatory to protect itself, so it should have lived. But either way, this is actually going to be the last turn. Regardless, because I would just use Monster Reborn, revive, and attack for game. Regardless, through the accepted game state, we get this little flashier play to use Simoom that was added to hand, with the attempt to actually get a double search and then another search on top of it. Unfortunately, he does have a Twin Twister, so that play kind of falls short. It is an accepted game state. I do apologize for the misplay, but well, you'll see that this is actually near the end of this game anyway. The set trap is still not very useful. 3 back row. Probably has the trap, which I'm a little bit afraid of. You can activate Monster Reborn. Reborn the Apprentice Witchling. Now with the Apprentice Witchling, that just makes all my monsters really strong. So that's going to be a special summon. A normal summon. Effect, targeting Orochi. Special summon the Orochi. Wow, that's a lot of monsters. I am going to Synchro now, a level 4 and a level 6. That's level 10. That's just gonna bring out the Armor Master. Armor Master does not gain any attack because it is unaffected by all card effects, so that's still a 3k beat stick. I'm just gonna swing with the Chris. Chris takes out the, and we're gonna punch for that thing that's immune, and that is GG. He did not get into a Blue Eyes that game, so in other words, he just bricked game 2. Alright, so now we're gonna go on to game 3. That was actually a pretty quick game 2. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this match so far. Hand's actually not too bad. The hand's actually really hot. He's letting me go first because Blue Eyes is a going second deck after all, so I'm going to be banishing out the value to summon out the Simoom. But first, the Whirlwind comes out, you just place it onto the field. And okay, so Simoom has summoned, and you get a search. So this is what you can do with just one Simoom. If you get a Simoom search, this is pretty good. Normal summon out the Oster. Oster effect, target the value. And also get another search. Now, the card that I have to search for now should be the Orochi because I need the extra body, or Harmattan because Harmattan also can be a body. The question is, do I want to use the Harmattan? Harmattan can change levels if you guys don't know what it does. Oster is of the South Wind. The South Wind, unlike the North Wind, you get to summon out the stuff that's banished. Now the only monsters I can go into right now are Dark Monster. If you use Simoom's effect, you're limited to only summoning out Dark Monsters out of the extra deck. So we're gonna kick things off. That blank card is the token with the world sleeve. Yeah, going into Apprentice Witchling. Or no. I check my hand. Perhaps now's not the time, using all three. So 3 monsters of the same type. There's only one monster I can think of right now. It's gonna be Summon Sorceress. From Summon Sork, banish 2. The Vayu came in clutch, and now I'm actually gonna be able to put out the Raikiri. I don't really need the Raikiri. I need the Beat Stick to keep the Chidori, and using the effect of Summon Sork, I summon a monster in defense mode, which is going to be the Steam. And this is all so far so good. And now I get to synchro into the boss and get a token out, which is pretty good. Synchro summon. Synchro into Full Armor Master. Effect of Steam. Just generate out that token. See that blank card? Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Just the little sleeve. And now I can turn that into a Linkuriboh technically. And set up the bomber play. So it does look like I am doing the 1-card setup. This is not the double whirlwind. Double whirlwind can actually put out 2 armor masters, whereas one of the whirlwinds can actually put up this board, which goes into the Linkuriboh. Linkuriboh is about to be eaten. Steam. And now we're going to link that off into Topologic Bomber Dragon. So the Topologic Bomber Dragon, and then now we get the token from Steam. And with Linkuriboh in the graveyard, I can blow up the board at will. And the thing is, my monster will not be destroyed. Set 1. Pass turn. So it goes into a Dragon Shrine. Dragon Shrine, probably going to toss in the Dragon Spirit of White. Cole's been playing this pretty smart. He wants to clear out all the whirlwind as possible. If you've played against Blackwings ever, you know that you cannot let that whirlwind live. Once the advantage starts rolling, like any deck that has an OTK or is super combo based, you will lose that game. And he's doing the right thing by getting the double dump. And he has Return of the Dragon Lords to actually take out that card. And here's the problem. Because he has Return of the Dragon Lords, I shouldn't have made that Topologic Bomber Dragon. That makes my Topologic so much weaker. A Chain Cosmic Cyclone. So I take 1,000 for the Cosmic Cyclone, and he is going to banish it. I had to banish out the Return of the Dragon Lord so that my Topologic can still go through. Now what he's aiming to do right now is, so he's going to summon out the Effect Veiler. He's going to join to the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. I'm going to activate that Linkuriboh right now and eat up the token. And summon it into a zone where he points to and destroy everything. So that kind of paid off in the long run, but I was kind of forced into doing it because if he goes into the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon will prevent the Linkuriboh from coming out. Now he's going to go into Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. Oh, and then he has a Melody. Nope, Melody gets shunned out with the Ash Blossom Joyous Swing. Forehead Beam takes it out. But he still has the option to pop my guy. Is he going to pop it? No, he's not popping it. I wonder why he chose not to pop it. I think he might be afraid of my Ghost Ogre. And if his back row is the protection back row, I am actually a little afraid of it. I think he wants to keep his monster alive because he doesn't have any way of protecting it. If he does get Ghost Ogred, he will lose the game. Oh, another reason why he's actually afraid of popping is that if he activates a card, he'll get the wedge counter, and then I'll just take his monster and then I'll just counter OTK. So yeah, think about it twice before you activate an effect when there is an Armor Master on the field. I'm going to normal summon into the zone. When you normal summon into the zone, it's okay because it does not trigger the Topologic Bomber Dragon. And I am going to get that steam back, just to get some steam going. There's one problem. I don't run a level 4 or 5 synchro. Now I already burned Steam's effect. Steam cannot come back anymore from the graveyard using his own effect, so that's going to limit my resources. I can aim to blow up everything. I think I made a slight misplay here. Now that I think about his back row, I'm like, he's probably got the toughest, invincible, unbeatable trap. Therefore, I don't want to swing into it. If I swing into him, he does take damage, but I don't get anywhere. I'll lose my monster in return for nothing. Instead, I'm going to Link. It does seem like I am going into an Akashic. Yeah, it's two monsters of the same type. I use Akashic, try to blow up the board. I forced it. Okay, that's good. It's a good thing. So now I know I can't run into that card. Even if I swung into it with an Armor Master, my Armor Master would still be destroyed by battle. So that's been unfortunate. So in other words, he bought a turn again. And I also get that counter. There's the counter. I don't want to blow up the board again and again and again. It's kind of pointless. Now I can't swing into it. Oh my god. That card is super annoying. Now, I do have a Link Karibo to blow up the board once again. And I will put a wedge counter on him in case. He's gonna use the effect. He does have turn player priority on this. And I chose not to blow him up for some apparent reason, thinking that he does have some sort of follow-up. If it's a Return of the Dragon Lords, it hurts a lot. So now it's a bit of a time extension now. I think we give ourselves about a 5-minute time extension to kind of read up on cards. So my Topologic Bomber is now dead, and now he gets to summon out that Maiden. And that's when Link Karibo becomes a little bit more useless. We're gonna see a Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. The 3k wall is very difficult to get over, because it's impossible to boost the attack of the Blackwing Full Armor Master. Top decking into a Cosmic Cyclone, that's going nowhere. Samoom's not doing anything. Harmattan, you're just chilling. I can't run it over, and that is very difficult. Harmattan can boost the levels of stuff, but there's no point boosting the levels of anything. I can technically special summon it out, and I can tribute out the token. But then I lack a tuner. Set 1. And I have to pass. I actually can't run it over, and now he gets a tag out. He tags out into Azure Eye Silver Dragon. Another big wall. Not much I can do. Gets a wage counter though. It is actually a very safe choice since I cannot destroy it. And using the effect, I cannot do anything to stop this. He gains a wedge counter 1 max anyways, and because of it, he gets the Invincible trap. That Invincible Trap, seriously, that thing is amazing, guys. It's literally turning a Blue Eyes into towers.
Until the end of the next turn, neither pick and fire dragon type monsters you control the card from your
Battle phase. He's gonna attack the face down. Takes out the token. Oh, sorry, it's not even a token. I chain, and Linkaribo's out. He's probably just gonna run over the Linkaribo. And I can zero out his monster. Which is good, I guess. End phase. Cosmic Cyclone. Yes, I get to banish that. Does cost me a bit of life points though. So Cosmic Cyclone, pretty good choice taking out that card. Draw for turn. I drew into a Black Whirlwind. I think it's actually not too bad, because I can still normal summon, and that's okay. And I get to take his monster now, because it's no longer protected. I'm gonna switch it to attack mode. Special summon. Tribute for normal summon. Effect of Black Whirlwind. I can dig out a Gale. So Gale now can have the Blue Eyes White Dragon. And with the push, I don't think I have enough damage to push for 8k, even with all this on board. Because he's going to eat it up with 15, and I have to link all this stuff off. Half, so that puts it at 15. Gotta push for some damage here. Attack for 15. 25. It's 4k. And this is just short. Leaving him at 11. That's unfortunate. Don't have exactly a synchro that I can actually use. Do I want to give it back to him? No, definitely do not want to give it back to him. I'm gonna turn this into something a bit more useful. In his hand, he has a Sage. He can easily come back from this. I'm gonna go into a Witchling, because Witchling, when Witchling is destroyed, I get to add a card back. And end phase, use the effect of Armor Master, destroy anything with a Wedge token. Normal summon, activate the effect. I can't exactly stop that. And he apparently can deal with that Witchling. So he gets himself a Master. Oh my god. He uses Dragon's Rhapsody. He has to summon out one normal dragon, and then he can summon out any other dragon in the graveyard. That's brutal. Now for the rest of the turn, I cannot take battle damage. So he's getting himself a Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. Okay, Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. He hasn't chosen his position yet, which is why it's tilted right now. Oh man, based on what he can do, he can really just wreck the whole board. So he's tagging into Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, and now he's going to perform a Synchro Summon into a Crystal Wing. Crystal Wing is going to gain attack when he swings into my full armor master. But again, I don't take damage because he is under Rhapsody. But he effectively cleared my board and did not give me the recovery with the Apprentice Witchling. And now I am facing the biggest threat of my life. And okay, so wedge counter on the Crystal Wing, because when he attacks, when he gains the attack, it does activate, and therefore he takes it and gains a wedge counter. He summons out Master's effect, adding back a tuner. He's gonna add back the Sage, and then he can just basically use Sage's effect and summon out another Blue Eyes. Oh, he's gonna use Dragon Shrine. He's tossing a Blue Eyes into the grave. Oh, that way he gets the Blue Eyes. He doesn't care about the other effect. And he summons out Blue Eyes. That's gonna be rough. With this, he has 9,000 damage on the board. Oh, this is like perfect numbers for him. He hits a Steam effect. He's gonna activate Crystal Wing, and that is game exact 6k. That was a good counter. He completely came back in that play simply with just 2 cards. So congratulations, Cole. Oh man, that was a rough game. That was actually a really good game between the 2 players. Now we actually go to the summary. So our winner is Kaiba Corp Blue Eyes. And game 1, Cole takes control when I just set up the counter towards his Blue Eyes after forcing the burn of the trap. However, Raigeki was enough to wipe out my monster, and then 3k beat sticks were just too difficult to play against. Game 2, he bricked very hard. I do apologize for that one misplay that happened in there, but fortunately it did not influence the result of the game, which would have been the same because that turn was going to finish him anyway. And game 3, full recovery near the end after losing control early on, but once he got control, he was able to completely 180 the game through the use of the trap, timing it out pretty well. But that is all I got for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this proxy match, hit me up with a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more stuff from MST.TV, hit that subscribe button, because I want to do more of these games in the future. And well, I'm gonna be going to WCQ. Hopefully I can do a vlog for you guys when I'm down there. Hopefully I get to meet some of you guys. And as always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop us a like so we know we are doing a good job, and you can also subscribe to MST.TV for more fantastic videos by clicking on the button on the left. Don't forget to check out our partners at Imperium Duelist. They make really high quality mats, including some of my own limited edition release stuff. And if you want to check out one of our past videos, click here on the right. As always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you next time.